Hello guys, and this time we are back with the CPC and we are in playoffs. So if you are wondering, wait, playoffs already? Didn't we miss the final week of the regular season? Unfortunately, our opponent Joey, the commissioner of the league, didn't have enough time for the battle, so he ended up forfeiting that match. So we ended with a 7-5 record, and we finished at the top of our division, just above Aberford. We were at the same record, but just slightly worse differential. And now we're moving on to playoffs. So if you guys remember from a few videos back, and also my last video about the CPC, I explained that if we ended up at the top of our division, which we did, we would face the second seed in the other division, which would be Matty Brolic. And that's indeed our first playoff opponent, that is Matty Brolic. We are now in the quarterfinals, and yeah, this is a really important match because if I lose, I'm out. If I win, I advance to the semifinals, and I face the winner of Aberford versus Gypsy King. So what I want to do for this video, I think I will separate my team builder and my actual battle, because I think otherwise the video will just be too long. And I also kind of want to go in depth in my team a bit this time around, because yeah, I brought quite not many ordinary sets, just so to say. So yeah, let's dive into the team builder. So I will first go over what his whole team looked like, and why I built this team and why I left certain mons on the bench. So his team is really scary for me because he has a Thunderous Incarnate, a Mega Matty Champ, Weavile, Donphan, Entei, Whimsicott, Excelgor, Jellicent, Flygon, Hitmonchan and Mawile. So all in all, Thunderous, Mega Matty Champ, Weavile, Entei. 4 really big offensive threats. All 4 really threatening for my team. I definitely expect all 4 to come. Then he most likely wants hazard removal with those 4, so he has the options of Donphan, Flygon, Hitmonchan for this. Most likely Donphan. He could bring Flygon, could be like more defensively, could be just an offensive one, maybe Scarfon, I don't know. Hitmonchan, it could come, but I have definitely some mons that deal with it. So most likely Donphan, but out of one of 3 is most likely coming. Then the last mon is kind of toss up. I'm kind of thinking, okay, maybe Whimsicott can come, just a general annoyance for my team, deals with my dragon and such, or maybe I said Whimsicott, or Jellicent will come. So or Jellicent can come, because Jellicent defensively can quite nicely check some of my mons, and also just be there annoying, can toxic some things, just get some scald burn, spread some status on my team, which also is not really what I want. Then, but he also has like 2 other mons I haven't told you already, and that's Excelgor. Excelgor does do a number on certain mons on my team, but mainly it can spike stack, and you will see in a bit why that can be a bit annoying for my team. And then as last mon, here's Mawile. Mawile could come because it's like one of his hyper voice switch-ins from a Gardevoir. So it could come that way. It's also a stealth rocker, but I'm not that much expecting it, because it's just so frail mon that yeah, I don't really see it doing that much. So that's his team. And then my team. My team consists of Mega Gardevoir, Milotic, Nidoking, Infernape, Crobat, Latios. As you can see here, those are the 6 I decided to bring. And then the ones that are left on the bench were Shaymin, Registeel, Ninjask, Liepard and Electabuzz. So first go over shortly why I left those ones on the bench. First of all, Shaymin. Shaymin, I really thought about bringing it, but it was just like, it would need quite some coverage for his team. And also it deals with certain mons like the Donphan, like the Jellicent quite well, but just his offense matches up really well with Shaymin, like Mega Matty Champ has coverage for it, Weavile matches up offensively quite nice on it, Thunderous can kind of come in freely even on it, and probably Black Sludge Wave for my team. And yeah, Entei is also kind of free switch, so that's why Shaymin was off the board. Registeel could be a nice stealth rocker, but it was just like, yeah, Registeel would also give his offensive quite a bit momentum, because he just doesn't do enough to them to really hurt them. Mainly things like Entei and Magmedium can come in and just KO it right off the bat. So that's why Registeel's on the bench. Then Ninjask is quite fast, but then there is Thunderous, there is Magmedium and Weavile and Entei. All three have really great priority for it, so it just wouldn't do much. Same goes for Liveport. He has really great priority, outspeeding mons with priority that even outspeed Liveport. So yeah, its pranks doesn't do much to his team. And also he has like Whimsicott, which I would have need coverage for to hit like really hard. And overall it just didn't do what I wanted to do. Electabuzz had an okay-ish matchup, but then there was like Donphan, and if Donphan had just a bit dev investment, it would kind of take Electabuzz. If he brought Flygon, I could never freely solve Volt Switch, so those two ground types just deterred Electabuzz. That's why I left those mons on the bench. Then onto the actual team I brought. As you may know already, we faced Matty in week 10. But that match was just more just there because he wanted me to win that match, because he wanted me to face me in playoffs, because he just didn't like his matchup against Aberford. So but I already did some building for his team then, and I just had those sets in the back for if I would face him in the playoffs, and maybe I could correct them, maybe I come up with total new sets. But you will see some of those sets. So I already had a few weeks before actually the playoffs happened, I already had those in mind. One of them was my Nidoking. So as you can see here, the Nidoking. It is a Sugar Berry, and it has Ice Beam, Toxic Spike, Stealth Rocks, Earth Power. And then if you see the EV spread, it's almost max HP with max special attack modest and just a bit in speed. So first, the EV spread. The EV spread is just there because his offensive mods I'm never outspeeding. So what am I outspeeding? Mainly his walls, and his walls I kinda outspeed naturally. So then I was thinking, okay, Hitmonchan, max speed Hitmonchan, maybe I need to outspeed that. But then I was looking at the rest of my team and just saw how much speed he has to run on Hitmonchan to outspeed like my walls. And then I think it was like Milotic he had to outspeed or something else. But I thought, okay, if he speed creeps only for like Milotic, I can just put just a certain amount of speed into Nidoking to be outspeeding and speed creeping Hitmonchan, and just can put the rest in bulk, which will be nice because that means I can take hits a bit better and get up my hazards a bit more safer, because that's the main point of this Nidoking. This main point of the Nidoking is to get up Toxic Spikes and preferably also Stealth Rocks. That's its main job. His team is quite grounded. He doesn't have a poison type to absorb Toxic Spikes, and just to be able to have a layer of Toxic Spikes up, meaning Mega Medicham, Weavile, and all those threats take some poison damage, his walls get crippled, all really nice. And then I wanted this Nidoking to be able to take on his hazard removal like 1v1 a bit. And Ice Beam was really nice for Donphan and Jellicent, and then Earth Power was just a general stab against his team. It would hurt like almost the rest of his team because his team is so grounded, and Ice Beam hits the things that aren't grounded like Thunderous, and also hits Whimsicott, which resists Earth Power. And then as item I went Sugar Berry, mainly because Flygon and Donphan, they both go for Earthquake. I can take it with a Sugar Berry. And also the main thing is, if Donphan is his spinner, if he I think almost all Donphans I 2-hit KO with Ice Beam, and they can't OHKO me due to the Sugar Berry. If his Donphan is like max HP, max dev EV, it can take 2 Ice Beams. But if Toxic Spikes are up, with that 12%, it most likely can't take 2 Ice Beams. So that's also really nice to keep in mind. So then, also a thing to note, this Nidoking set, I had the ID myself, but it's kinda used already once. I don't know if it's not the exact EV spread, but I know it's the same item, and I think also the same 4 moves. Dylan Gypsy King also run this against Matty Brolic in the MPL, where Matty also had a Donovan as his main hazard removal. So he might expect this, I don't know, but it was just a really nice set for him. So then we have like our main hazard setter, which is really important, and then I had some other key components to this team. So one key component I also came up with semi early, and that was the Meg Gardevoir. Meg Gardevoir, if you look at his team, he doesn't have much for it defensive wise. Like Entei and Mawile are his main hyper voice switch-ins. Mawile is so frail, even if it's Pedef, it's 3-shotted by hyper voice, even when I have almost no special attack investment. Entei is also kinda 3-shotted. He could run AV Entei or bulky Entei to be able to deal with me. So that's what I'm expecting, at least. But yeah, his offense can quite well deal with Mega Medicham, with Meg Gardevoir. So what I was thinking was like, okay, he doesn't have much defensive checks to it, and I also don't need coverage. Like hyper voice is almost all I need. And then if I look at his offense, like Mega Medicham, really big threat, but Meg Gardevoir resists Sand Headbutt, resists high jump kick. Ice Punch is neutral because most likely his stab is high jump kick, and Ice Punch hits my whole team. So high jump kick, Ice Punch, fake out Bullet Punch is the most likely combination to bring. So is it possible for Meg Gardevoir to kinda check Mega Medicham? And yeah, it kinda is. And that's exactly what I did. I brought a fully defensive Meg Gardevoir there to kinda take on Mega Medicham, kinda there to take just hits in general. Also takes hits quite well from Weavile if it's not live up. It doesn't even 2-hit KO me if it lacks poison jab. It can take 2 bullet punches from Mega Medicham if it's a jolly one. I think Adamant is a roll. From Thunderous I can take any one hit and just do a lot of damage back to it. Entei, I thought that could be my main switch in. So I decided, okay, it's a bulk variant. So I want Hyper Voice, I want Wish Protect. Protect also helps with fake out from Mega Medicham. Last move, let me run Toxic. So, why Toxic? 1. If Entei is a switch in, it would be nice to Toxic it, Wish Protect, get him a bit lower, put him in range from Hyper Voice maybe. Also Toxic is just nice if I for some reason don't manage to get up Toxic Spikes, or I can't have them stay up for the whole game. I have Toxic Gardevoir in the back, and I can try to whittle down his walls that way if need be. So yeah, that's why the defensive Gardevoir, it does really a lot against his team, and it's also kind of nice for the Mega Medicham. So now we have not a real check to Mega Medicham, but we have an answer to Mega Medicham. We have our hazard setter, but he has more big threats that I kind of want not like a switch in for, I would call it. So they don't have as the only role check in that mod, but are like a switch in. So the next one was for Weavile. I have an Infinite on my team, it's kind of obvious. So I went indeed with a more bulky Infinite, but I still wanted enough speed on it to outspeed his base 100s. So I still would outspeed Flygons, I would still outspeed Mega Medicham mainly, because yeah, Mega Medicham, I don't want to give it free switch-ins in general. So I went with a lot of speed, max HP, and then 64 in defense. So I went with no offense, just also to be able to hit, to deal with Weavile a bit better. I can take, I have leftovers because I thought this would be nice. Most likely my item will be knocked off by Weavile, but on the off chance it doesn't, lefties are nice on it. So I can take a Life Orb knockoff into Aerial Ace and KO him with a move of choice. In this, it is Flamethrower. Also, he probably expects like Vacuum Wave and or Mic Punch, so he most likely the first 1 or 2 times on Infinite he will switch out with Weavile, which is really nice, gives me some momentum to, yeah, as you can see here, to either just Flamethrower, maybe even recover. I have Slack Off, and not only have I Slack Off, I have a Calm Mind, Infernape with Grass Knot, Flamethrower and Slack Off. And you may think, what the hell are you thinking? And this also is, as I said, I really wanted to run also for a long time. Calm Mind Infernape has always been on my mind. The entire season, never really gotten a chance to it. Just recently in the GPC, I faced a Calm Mind Infernape against Trav the King, and yeah, I thought this match it could work definitely, because if he fares like the Mach Punch, the Vacuum Wave, he goes into one of his defensive checks, maybe just say like Jellicent, can be like the Infinite switching, and I go for the Calm Mind. That Jellicent, if it doesn't back Toxic, it's setup follow for me. Calm Mind, after one Calm Mind, Scald isn't a 2-hit KO, and with Calm Minds and Slack Offs I can kinda set up on it. Then I have Flamethrower just as the main stab. It hits like almost everything except Jellicent, except Entei, and also Flygon. Those are the 3 Flamethrower resists. I ultimately went for Grass Knot over like a fighting move or just Vacuum Wave in general, because Jellicent was a really annoyance for my team, like the mons I firstly had. As you will see later on which mons exactly I do mean. So I thought Jellicent would most likely be there for the Infernape, so I thought with Grass Knot I can damage that Jellicent at least, which would be nice. And also Grass Knot does okay damage against Flygon. This set doesn't touch Entei that much, but if he brings a bulky Entei, I also can kinda set up on that one. So, and if I can just with the Toxic Spikes up, he gets whittled slowly, and if I get some Calm Minds up, still Flamethrower does a decent amount against his Entei. So I definitely thought this set could put in the work I wanted to. Maybe it does nothing, maybe it gets some Calm Minds up and just can break through some of his more bulky mons, or even his offensive mons, because after one Calm Mind I also, 1 or 2 Calm Minds I can kind of also deal with his Thunderous. So that's the second switch in, quote unquote switch into one of his main offensive mons, but also just a threat in general. And then we have a third one, that's the quote, not quote unquote, but for Entei and Thunderous, it's a bit of both, kinda like switching a Scouter for what kind of sets are they, and it's also just a mon that can break through his bulk a bit, and that's Latios. Latios is a bit like Infernape. It has the same speed, to outspeed his base 100, so mainly the Mega Medicham, and then it's max HP and just a bit into defense, able to take some physical hits a bit better because his team is just a bit more physical than its special. And then as item I have Colbur Berry. I really thought about Colbur or Yachi, but I was just looking at Life of Weavile, and without Colbur Berry it could just Pursuit Trap me if I don't look out, so I just thought, okay, let's be safe, let's go for Colbur. And then the moveset, I have Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, Calm Mind, Roost. So I definitely kind of wanted to break through a bit and also deal with Thunderous a bit better, deal with Jellicent in a certain way, because as I said, Jellicent can be quite a bit annoying, so I thought, okay, Calm Mind, definitely nice. It's also a switch into mon, so Roost, nice. Dragon Pulse, nice, a stab move. It hits like almost his whole team. The mons it doesn't hit are Whimsicott and Mawile, and I thought of the two, Whimsicott is more likely to come, and also this move hits Thunderous a bit harder, which also is a mon I want to be able to deal with this Latios. So I thought, okay, let me run Ice Beam on this. Yeah, mainly because Whimsicott I can't really freely set up when there is a Whimsicott around, because if I go for one, it's always like a prediction game. If I go for Calm Mind and he goes into Whimsicott, it means I have to switch out, because otherwise I will be encored. But he also knows this, so he can like U-turn out or something. and that would be annoying, so that's why I run Ice Beam. In hindsight, HP Fire might have been better, because HP Fire hits both Whimsicott and Mawile. It would do a lot less to Whimsicott, that's true, but in hindsight maybe HP Fire was better. But we will see if this would really hurt me or not. And still, if his Mawile is only max HP and not that much per def, I think a neutral Ice Beam even does 20 to 25%, meaning after 2 Calm Minds I can quite easily deal with it, and because of my bulk, it's not even maybe a 2-shot, so I deal some damage to Mawile, but it's not the greatest for it. But I have like my Gardevoir in itself can kind of deal with it. It's like a 3-shot. Infernape and Nidoking are both hit it really hard, so those two can definitely deal with them. And then we have 2 mons that are a bit of a special set, a bit of the maybe the glue to the team. And the first one is the Crobat. So this Crobat, you can also call it the tech bat, because it has a lot of tags on it. And mainly what you see immediately is Natural Gift with a Yachi Berry. This is a tag that has been used in the past. You most likely won't remember, you most likely won't even know about it, but it has been run. BCF Season 3 Finals, Anthony Zazo run it against Gypsy King Dylan, and it has the dual functionality, which is really key for this. Yachi Berry means I take half from ice damage, which is really nice for like I can be one time like a Mega Medicham switching, because even if he predicts goes for Ice Punch, I have the Yachi Berry, but mainly Weavile. I can kind of revenge Weavile, because with the Yachi Berry I don't take that much from the Ice Shot, and I can just kill it straight up and I naturally outspeed it. So that's one functionality of it, and if he has some ice coverage on other mons like maybe Hitmonchan or such, I still can deal with that in that way. And then in the other regard, I have a Natural Gift Ice with this of 80 base power. This means the normal flying switch-ins are the Thunderous Eye, and the Mawile. That are his resists on his team. And Mawile I don't hit with this Natural Gift. I still do some damage to Acrobatics, but I don't hit it that hard. But as I said, don't expect it to come that much. But Thunderous I definitely expect it. And if I can get a Natural Gift Ice off on Thunderous, it does like 60 to 70%, meaning it's like in Acrobatics range after. So I can 2-shot the Thunderous, which normally kinda can come in on Crobat and do like freely set up, freely Volt Switch out, something like that. So that's really nice. And also Natural Gift Ice does damage to Donphan. If he breaks the Def Donphan, I still do quite a fair chunk to it with Natural Gift Ice. Also really nice. And also it can be able to OHKO the Flygon. So yeah, it definitely is a nice bring. Then you also see the Acrobatics. This was like, I kinda expect to use up my Natural Gift, so Acrobatics become more powerful. And even if they don't are as powerful just yet, they still do the things I want them want to hit, like Mega Medicham, like the Excelgos. They still do a really hefty chunk to them, enough to put them in range for other mons. I didn't want Brave Bird because of the recoil. I wanted to be able to stay healthy, not waste that much turns on Roost. I have Roost just in case I need it, just if I need some more poison damage on mons and I know I can take a hit, go for the Roost. So that's why in the end I decided on Acrobatics. And last move, I for sure thought about U-turn, can grab me some momentum, or maybe Super Fang, but I thought, yeah, one of his main like defensive answers is Jellicent. Doesn't even touch that with a Super Fang. And ultimately I was looking through his team and I saw, yeah, I don't have that much for Excelgor, and even if it doesn't do much to my team in general, a Focus Sash set can be a bit annoying for my team. Also Spikes can be a bit annoying. If you see my first 4 mons, they are really hurt by spikes, and with some spikes up, McGarval can't properly switch into Mons anymore. Infinite can't properly switch in anymore. Nidoking is whittled and can't set up hazards reliably anymore. So I don't want spikes up at all, or just not much. One layer max. So I was looking, and then I also remembered a match that happened some time ago from Joey Pokeyam, where he used a Flygon with where he used a Focus Sash Flygon to be able to deal with Galvantula. Has the defog, has Earthquake into Quick Attack, so he can definitely kill it. And I was thinking, Quick Attack. Do I have something for can it learn? Yes, it learns Quick Attack. Does it work? Acrobatics and Quick Attack kills Excelgor. That's nice. Does it do something else for me? If Weavile gets low, due to maybe life orb damage, maybe poison damage, just another hit, Quick Attack can pick it off, and he may think, oh, I can just Ice Shard him. No, Quick Attack out prioritize and kills. Thunderous, if it gets really low or out of the hand, Quick Attack is even neutral to it. Magmedicham Quick Attack is neutral to it, outspeeds it. So even if it only does like maybe to Weavile 20%, maybe to Magmedicham only 15%, it can be that crucial damage I need. So that's why I packed the tag of Quick Attack, just to have the priority just for the Excelgor, just in general could be nice. It could definitely well be that I totally regret the decision and I wished I had U-turned. So on to our last mon on the team. It's kinda my win condition, and it will most likely come in only at the end to clean up, or if I am in a real pickle and I just need it. And that's Milotic. And may I ask, Milotic, win con, what are you talking about? I'm talking about a Scarf Milotic. This was one of the first things I came up with when I saw Matty's team. Why? Because Milotic, Thundurus, Medicham, Weavile, Entei. Entei is even weak to it. Those four don't resist Scald or Hydro Pump, just Water Step in general. It does a hefty chunk to them, and due to the natural bulk Milotic has, it just can deal with their priority quite nicely. Magmedicham Fake Out, okay, does an okayish damage. Bullet Punch resisted, Ice Shard resisted, E-Speed from Entei does damage, but natural bulk from Milotic comes in there. So those four all are hit quite nicely. Then Donphan, also weak to water. Whimsicott, I have the Ice Beam on it. Also Ice Beam is there, hits Thunders harder. Excelgor, water. Jellicent, problem. Flygon, water's neutral, ice super effective. Hitmonchan, water. Mawile, water. So only problem, Jellicent. So that's why on my team I've like the McGarval, Wish Protect, Toxic, Hyper Voice, can kind of deal with Jellicent. Nidoking only there for hazards, also that's why it's important. Get Jellicent low. Grass Knot, Crobat doesn't deal with that. Latios has Calm Mind, Dragon Pulse can deal with it. So if he doesn't bring Jellicent, or if I manage to kind of beat Jellicent or have it at like 10ish% for the Ice Beam damage, this Milotic does a nice number to his team, and I only have to click like Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, or if I don't need to hit Hydro Pumps, I have the Scald. And also I debated between Scald and Surf, but I was thinking, okay, it's not likely that I'm going to click it, and I might still want to, yeah, it was just a toss-up, and in the end I went with Scald. It's not a real particular reason for it, but I thought it might be nice if I need it, and I don't expect Jellicent to come in, but I know his mons can still take my hits because I do damage, but I don't OHKO things. Scald may be nice to overserve, and Toxic is just there if there's no Toxic spikes up and I know Jellicent is going to come in, or I just need a desperate Toxic off on something. So yeah, it's more likely Hydro Pump or Ice Beam I'm going to click. And EV spread is just fairly standard. Enough speed to outspeed max speed Weavile, just to be safe on that regard. And yeah, that's the whole team, guys. So, and yeah, this this set I came up with myself, but also a Scarf, bulky water type, Also, Dylan has done this one time. He subbed into the GPC with Vaporeon. I didn't get the ID from that, I must say, but he mentioned it when we did a mock battle with this team. So yeah, he kind of remembered this, and yeah, it's a quite nice set, I must say. I don't know, maybe it does absolutely nothing because Jellicent just sits there the whole match and Mightytail will just sit there on the bench. Maybe it will be the star of the match when there's no Jellicent, I don't know, we will just have to see. But those are the 6 months I'm bringing, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. You will be seeing the match shortly. I think it will go up a day after this because yeah, we're already 30 minutes in, so yeah, I will see you guys at the match tomorrow, so bye.